with Belichick and Kraft.
Yeah.
So, like, I remember you brought up the Dynasty, Apple TV. Bill was obviously pissed about that.
Yeah, it went sideways.
Bill is pissed because Kraft talked him to Arthur Blank and pretty much talked him out of hiring Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, which I remembered. I kind of forgot about the story, Keefe, where Kraft, and I forget the outlet, and this is all detailed in Van Natta's latest. It's a recap. It might have been his own report. But Kraft said he took a risk in hiring Belichick.
Yeah, that was on the Breakfast Club, wasn't it?
Is that what it was?
I think
maybe.
so. He was doing
I think that's the same time he said he had to fire him.
Yes, like he let that out.
He's
rather
like,
than
yeah,
the mutually partnered
we
ways.
didn't mutually partner. I had to fire
I
him.
fired him. He's
like,
you're off script.
I took a big risk in hiring him. And Bill goes, well, actually, I'm the one who took the big risk in going to New England. It was a trash franchise.
Yeah,
and by the way, they don't spend. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way. And I had to make that work. And so some stuff in there I kind of forgot about. But anyway, here's some new reporting from Van Natta on Belichick and Kraft both advancing in the Hall of Fame process. They're both finalists. And they're going against Ken Anderson and Roger Craig and somebody else.
Greenwood.
Is that who it was?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
He might get in this year.
We've been waiting. We've been clamoring for L.C. Greenwood to get in there.
He's got my vote.
So let me just read this quick, and then we get to the Sox. While sources with knowledge of the voting process told ESPN that Kraft's fate with the 50 Hall of Fame voters is far from certain, they say Belichick is believed to be a favorite for induction. His NFL coaching record of 333 and 178, including playoffs, second all-time, only to Don Shula's 347. 2 9-member committees, one for coaches, the other for contributors, selected Kraft and Belichick for consideration by the Hall voters next month. If both Belichick and Kraft win 80% of the total vote, the two men would be inducted side by side in Canton next summer.
Incredible.
Quote from a veteran Hall of Fame voter on Tuesday night. You could have a delicious moment where Kraft and Belichick get bussed together. Nice. I'd pay a lot of money to watch that. How awkward would that be?
It'd be so awkward, and it'd be incredible. It'd be good theater.
That's almost better, than one of them like getting left out and having to be jealous of the other. Right. They both get in and have to share the dais together.
Because at first, when this whole process was playing out, I was like, oh, there's only one, and so Bill is going to prevent Robert from getting in once again. And we've both maintained this for a long time, but just to clarify again, owners really, in my mind, shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, but if you are going to put them in, then yes, Robert Kraft should be. Bill Belichick obviously should be a Hall of Famer. So Bill's going to get in the first crack for whatever reason, number of different reasons, and we've gone over them in years past, grudges, whatever it might be. Robert Kraft hasn't gotten in. But for him to get in the same year as Bill, he'd be happy that he's in, don't get me wrong. But how pissed would he be to have to share the day with Belichick?
Okay, well, he would act fake nice, though.
I know
that.
He'd want the smile and the photos.
He would do what he did at the Brady roast, where he'd act like they're all good.
I'm talking about for real.
Or at his at the Belichick firing press conference.
Yeah.
He would act nicey nice. Bill wouldn't do anything.
Or the roast. Remember he tried to like hug him at the roast to Tom Brady, and Bill's like,
let's do a shot.
Yeah. Get out of my face.
Bill was ready to throw it in his face.
Correct.
So, no, Bill.
So Bill will have a harder time being fake about it. Robert 100% will take a photo, and he'll be able to frame that photo and put it up and like, see, no hard feelings. But deep down, he'd be like, I got to share the day with this guy?
And I think he would be ceding greater than 50% of the spotlight,
right?
Plus,
like, because on that day,
Bill would get almost all of the discussion about that, and Kraft would be a footnote, which he really would have an issue with. Yes,
big time. Because then it'd be like, Robert Kraft, you finally get in, and like the main reason you're in is because you had this guy, and then it would be pretty amazing. And you wonder if some of these voters, because they all have their own, vendettas or whatever else. I wonder if part of them are like, you know what? This is what's going to happen. We are going to vote you in this year, but along with Bill.
Screw you two.
Yeah, right. You guys deserve each other.
You guys are going in together.
Yeah.
Which Bill thinks that's way beneath. Like Bill's
like, why are the owners even in here? Probably.
Well, but I agree with Belichick.
I do too. Well, I do too.
Like it's like Kraft had borderline nothing to do with the dynasty. He owns the team.
Yeah.
And he didn't really spend on it. The borderline nothing to do with it. I look, that's harsh. He's the one who brought in Bill. But like, if you're ranking them, it's Brady by a mile, then it's Belichick by a mile, and then it's Kraft third.
Yep, and then Wiggy.
Wiggy would be fourth for me. Yeah.
Snowball.
Good text here, 617-779-7937. Can you imagine the content you guys would get from Jordan at the Hall of Fame induction?
Oh, my God.
And will she sit next to Jonathan?
I don't know. But yeah, add that little layer to it. I haven't even thought of that.
Just her, to use Vrabel's word, prancing around at the Hall of Fame.
Would Brady go down to induct both of them?
Good question.
I mean, he might.
She is my muse, my flame.
What do you have to pick?
I think Jordan would induct Bill. Jordan gets up there and starts reading from her Adobe Photoshop.
That would be great.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
That
good.
jumps in front of Steve.
Just written by ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when Bill won his first Super Bowl, I was told about it because I wasn't alive, but
Yeah, I heard about it.
I heard good things.
My parents, who were much younger than him, told me about it. Yeah. Because each voter can select only 3 finalists, multiple sources among the voters say it's possible, maybe even probable, Belichick could get elected but not Kraft, or vice versa.
Yeah, but how many votes do you get?
You can only vote for 3. So you get out of the 5, every voter can only vote for 3.
Okay. But like some maybe will only vote for 1 or 2.
Correct. Some you can vote to up to 3. So some voters may say, I'm only voting for 1. I'm only voting for 2. I'm voting for neither of these guys because of their cheating or whatever, which is stupid. Last year, Kraft was seen as a favorite, but was snubbed by the Contributors Committee, which selected NFL co-founder Ralph Hay. I mean, that was dumb. That decision enraged many of Kraft's supporters among Hall of Fame voters, including Bill Polian, Peter King, and Sal Pal.
Oh, Palantonio.
So we're naming names here.
Yeah.
King, Polian, and Sal Pal. Why are they so
They're upset,
favorable and biased towards Kraft?
By the way, so the 3 other guys that are on there that could prevent one of them from getting in. So L.C. Greenwood was on the steel curtain defense for the Steelers. I feel like that entire Steelers team is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And so he's not. So what happens is this is not just contributors. It's also like a senior committee. So that's why like Roger Craig, everybody knows who. Like, so it's not just coaches against coaches and owners against owners and like whatever else. So you do have a couple of players that maybe could sneak in there. He's a 4-time Super Bowl champion, 6-time Pro Bowler, all-decade 1970s team.
I would just
He's
say,
on the all-time Steelers team.
All due respect. I didn't even know where he played. All due respect. You're not in yet. You probably missed your window on that one, is what I would say.
I would tend to agree, but like I also didn't think Ralph Hay was going to get in last year.
But that was also stupid. That was dumb.
But I'm just saying there is precedent for stupidity, and therefore, you know, it might be Ken Anderson and Roger Craig.
Ken Anderson.
I mean, Belichick to me is a 100% in. I think every single guy is going to vote for Belichick. I don't know about Kraft because he's been held out this long. This is Belichick's first crack. Like to your point of those other guys, they've all had an opportunity to get in except for Bill.
Kraft has been at it for 14 years campaigning. He's never even been a finalist.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a sign that he's going to get in or if that's just a sign that it's been working against him and now the Bill's on the ballot. He's going to have to keep waiting.
I know.
But it would be great to see them go in together. I hadn't considered that.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Just going off Breer a month or so ago, he's like, it's pretty much going to come down to one spot. Which I don't know if that's accurate or not. I don't know how the voting is going to play out. But it sounds like Bill has the leg up for sure.